Howdy, cadre. I just organized my cards. I thought I'd share a little bit more. Um, can you see those? I will lift. Actually, I'll just move the table rather than. Okay, so what I've got here. This is the 78 card basic deck. I've pulled out the alternates, even the ones that were included in the main deck. And I've gone through, I thought of something smart. Rather than picking my favorite cards, for each choice between an alt and another option, for each choice between alternatives, what I decided to do is start with what looks like the oldest card in my core deck. My thought being to honor tradition a little bit and start with the older versions. Yeah, to honor tradition. The other thing I thought is if these are going to get shuffled in different amounts, I'd rather have the cards that look older actually look older. So in each case with the alternates, the one that looked like a newer take on tarot or a newer style of art, I took out of the main deck. And it was a little bit tricky because, like, in one case, the Queen of Swords? Is that right? No, the Queen of Wands. I think it was the Queen of Wands. They both seem very modern. One is a very close-up. I guess I could find them quick. Let's find them quick. Pentacles. No, wands, I said, didn't I? Didn't I say wands? Okay. Anyway, I was showing you the sizes, though. So this is the core tarot deck, and that's the biggest pile, is 78 cards. These are the new cards. That's the strange suit, as well as all of the new arcana oracle cards pulled in, new concepts for cards, and that is almost big. This is probably a 70 card pile if this is 78. It's very close, 60 something maybe. And then we have the alts, which, yeah, still is probably another 50 cards of alternates for the 78. And there's way too many death it looked like it was 8 in the core deck and another 3 alternates added in the boosters. Anyways, to get to Queen of... Wait, okay, after the major. Yeah, this is just one example. When I got to the Queen of Wands, I was a little bit confused because when you compare these are both what we would call modern art. The Queen of Wands on the left, which I think is what comes in the core deck, is obviously a real close-up of a woman with her wand, a melanated woman. And then this one is kind of, and this has a very graphic novel style, you know, like cover of a young adult fiction novel or something, that sort of style. And then the Queen of Wands is also a very modern style. Reminds me of Marilyn Monroe a little bit, but the art style is more of an Art Deco, which maybe you could place this, oops, hey, don't lose the order. Maybe you could place this to the 1940s or so because it's Art Deco. It has that style. That may be the style it's going for. But then this, so this seems more recent to me, and I took this out. I'll shuffle the Art Deco one up. Anyways, so that's how I made my decision. So this I'm going to start shuffling with and learning. Some of them you can just count the pips to know what card it is. Some of them are going to take a little bit longer to learn because they're not as clear to identify. And some of them don't have text, so you're either left counting tiny swords or just flipping through the book. That shouldn't be too bad. It's learning this whole stack of new things that's going to take the longest, because all of these not only need to be identified to be found in the book, but all of that reading is new concepts. This reminds me of my old dog Cricket, because it looks like a whippet to me. Cricket was all black pretty much, but anyways, so that is the setup. I'm going to start shuffling this now, which maybe I'll count it before I do that. Oh, that doesn't matter what order it is. But yeah, the 78 card core. I'm going to put the alternates as well as the blanks I'm not using yet. I'm just going to put those away in the back of my box behind a divider. And this is one I got in trade. It's from the Affirmators Tarot, but it's enough wider that it'll serve as a good divider in there. And then this I'm going to... So those are extras. Those are alternate art. And he's given alternate meanings in the book. But what I'm going to be doing is using just one card. And I'm going to be reading multiple pages. Because my theory is that that the creator has split the meanings for single card into multiple cards and found artwork that represent those different aspects of the meanings. So yeah, so the Strange deck I'm gonna leave for a different month to tackle, and I'll be spending a lot of time. Maybe I'll start reading the book before I start shuffling this, but that'll wait for another day. And again, another divider, and then in the front I can put just the core deck. And this fits just enough that there's room to kind of slide a finger in. I guess I could test that theory. I mean, it certainly fits nice. Oh, the other thing I was going to say in the other one, the last video that I didn't. One thing I think is cool about this design is, again, if you don't, this is kind of like an index card style display, which I like because you can put headers on your index card to label the different sections or whatever. So I feel like there's two types of shufflers. Those that want to keep their cards flat. I'm pretty sure I fall into that category. I tend to care too much for the little pieces of cardboard with ink on them. But a lot of the real serious readers they have a specific shuffling style that will curve their cards one way or another. You know, depending on what method they use to shuffle and how harshly they do it, it curves more. One thing I noticed about this box that I really like is no matter how you store the cards in there, you can choose to store the box so that the cards are either on their end, like they are now, and vertical, or on their side, so they're flat. If you store them, and of course you can orient the cards either way in the box and then flip the box based on the orientation. So if you were just dropping them flat in the box, you could store them flat that way. If you're putting them index card style like I am, you can store the box on its side. And then over time, gravity is going to either be undoing the work the curl that you put in when you shuffle, or it's going to be accentuating that. If your cards are all curved sideways, and you put this in so the cards are on their sides, then that curve is going to actually, gravity is going to increase the curve, and if you want to counteract that, you can just flip it on its side, however that is. So I love the attention to detail that went into this project, the holistic kind of meta design aspects, which is that the container is big enough. Even if you buy all of the boosters, one set of all the boosters, the container is still big enough for all those cards. It also, if you're not getting the boosters, then it can be seen as a collector's box, and as you trade cards or buy more cards, you'll be able to add quite a few more in there. Again, this is probably, it fits 3 decks worth, basically. So whether you've purchased all the boosters with the core set, or if you're trading, or if you're, say you want to combine a deck you have that's the same size with these in some way, yeah, that's all there. And I'm hoping this, let's see, what's the best way? I guess just doing that, grabbing the divider card. It's a little bit tricky. Okay. Alright, let's do our maiden shuffle. See how it goes. I need to get that edge off there. Probably doesn't matter. Okay. Alright. So I feel like I should just do a 78 card pickup as the initial shuffle, but maybe that's wrong. What will feel best, oh yeah, is just doing that. That's not a very good bridge. And I probably should trim my thumbnails, because I've found that if my thumbnails are too long, I can damage the far edge there. I'm currently shuffling to keep the facing the same, but I probably will be mixing that up. A lot of people are coloring the edges of their cards. I might go through and do that based on suit or something, but I'm not sure, because I'm gonna have to debate whether I want to keep this entire set. I'll probably keep this entire set together for myself. I like that idea of just having it all available. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make each suit one color. The major arcana a 5th color. I could think about the new arcana being a 6th color. I guess the 5th suit, the strange suit, would be a 7th. And I could split the new arcana from the lost boosters. Although, no, those would be alts, so they'd be the color of whatever they were purporting to be an alternate of. So I might keep these upright for a little while, with the idea that it might speed up reading slightly. Reverse meanings, usually in the booklets, are printed as like an add-on, an expression and modification to the meaning. So yeah, and I've noticed these cards, they have little bits of paper that get on them from the printing process. I think if something cuts in the same place twice, you get just tiny shards of paper. So some of them I've noticed are white and some of them are dark. You can see some here that have just fallen off from the process. So anyways, that is the status of my deck. This just showed up today. It said it was going to take maybe 6 days to mail. I guess it wasn't 6. I guess it was 5. It said it was maybe going to take up to 5 days to mail, but it only took 2. So that is quite exciting. It's Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure they shipped it Monday. In fact, they might not have even sent me the tracking number. No, that was probably Monday. Anyway, so yeah, if you're looking for a box, I would get out there right now and start searching. My hope is that you could find a core box for around 50, although it's worth probably 80 or 100. So depending on your level, your excitement to get it and how much you want to secure it, that's probably the price range you're looking at. Core box, 40 to I think 120. It may be kind of, for a sealed box, if you could find a sealed box, I think 120 might be about the price. And I feel like I got lucky with this, that I got the box, the 5 boosters, and the book for 100. And look around, because there's a good chance that's another thing I meant to say in the last video. There's a good chance that these distributors have just gotten their order, because they had to wait a little bit if they bought multiple sets. If they got the 5-pack for retailer shops, or if they got a custom order, they might have gotten it last month, or they might be getting it this week. It's hard to say, but if you look around, there's a good chance, if you get on it quick, that you'll find one of these resale shops, either bookstores, game stores, or magic shops, that that thought this was a good investment, that they'd be able to make a little bit of profit and turn it around once it was in their shop. If they have a real shop, then they're not in a rush to do it. They might be willing to have it on their store shelf for a month before they list it online or something. So there's a good chance, if you keep your eye open, you'll find one at a reasonable price. And again, I would say roughly that the box is worth 50 to 100. You should aim for 50 if you can. The book is going to be, it should be 10. The MSRP on it is 9. But of course you're going to probably pay shipping and stuff. And then the boosters, the price may vary, because I noticed that one was smaller. So that one might be like a $5 pack instead of a $10 pack type of thing. But these each had 17 in them. 17 is an important number to the Alleyman. So these could even be seen easily as being worth 15 each, except for the one pack that has 7 instead of 17. Let's just flip one random card and see if we learn anything. Hello, deck. My name is Kevin. Of course, the role I've been called to play in this dimension is Druid. Secret name is Shote. And And the challenge with these is you got to kind of look away when you're getting ready to draw, or at least when you're getting ready. A cut is good because constantly seeing the back change distracts me, and it makes it like calls to influence the pull. So I think a good plan is a blind cut to get the card you want. And we got Two of Swords. Enough said, right? No, maybe you don't know me. This is my card. This is probably the most important card to me. There are three primary cards that resonate with me. Topmost is the Hermit. This is maybe second, the Two of Swords. And third would be the Hanged Man. And those three cards are cards that check a bunch of boxes. First, all three cards are ones I was drawn to as soon as I saw them. The first time I saw a Hermit card, a Two of Swords, or a Hanged Man, I was like, oh, what's going on there? That's interesting. Something called to me for all three. All three had meaning for me once I started to learn the interpretations, the common symbolism. The Hermit, the Two of Swords, and the Hanged Man all are important for me on my spiritual quest in this dimension. And I think recently the Two of Swords has been the most important to me. The lesson of meditation, patience, balance, keeping two opposing ideas in play. Anyways, fascinating. Thank you, deck. It's nice to meet you. Is there anything else? This seems to be about me, so I'm going to pull one more card. Let me do a little shuffle. Is there anything else you want to say to me to introduce yourself? Is there something about you, oh deck, that you would like me to know? Yeah, just say hi. Give me an idea of what you're bringing to the table here in this adventure. Oh boy. That scares me because that's an old one. 8 of Wands. I'm going to have to look that one up. Wands is not one of my strong suits. And I say suit for humor. The ladder leads up, but it's also over a fire. Sure, looks like a carnival game. I think the meaning is clear here. You must act with speed, with decisiveness. This is an opportunity that will literally burn up if you don't take it. And even when you hop on it, it's a learn fast or die trying kind of situation. So hurry the F up. In reverse, this is a limited opportunity that will end before you realize it. You'll run after it only to get burned. Know the difference between climbing away from a fire and towards one. Self-destructive behavior is not sexy. Okay, interesting. So, what are you saying, deck? That I shouldn't slow roll this like I was planning. Learn fast or die trying. Alright, 8 of Wands. You are going to be a challenge. Could have been worse. Could have been even scarier. Nice to meet you, deck. I will come back and shuffle you some more shortly. I might even just leave you out. Until then. Thanks for joining me. And if you're my editor, feel free to insert catchphrase here.